Hello everyone and welcome back to our CRM system that we are building from scratch. So let's go ahead and start everything that we need. Okay, we have Tailwind, we have our server, and we have our CRM bundle. Alright, so we have editing kind of working. For us, it's fine. Right. It's working for us. And what do we want to do next? Let's see. So in Zoho, what do we want to do? Let's maybe review how we are creating stuff, and if everything is working here, because we did not look into that for a while. Right? Okay. Yeah, looking good to me. Looking good to me. The next thing that makes sense to do, let's see. So in the card, we have notes here. We have notes that we can write. Maybe that's something we want to do. Activities, I don't want activities for now. Stage history, I'm not sure yet. Like, I will start doing whatever I need for my needs, right? And we will see how it goes. Basically, I want to use this in my day job, because people are complaining about Zoho CRM being very slow. And I generally like how Zoho is done in terms of user flow and user experience, like how you transition between the screens and what actions you have. That's fine, but it's just too slow, right? So I just need to get something done that people can use it. And notes is for sure is required. So let's do that. Let's open up our journal. So today is October 21. Implement card notes. Right. So we want to first of all add a notes tab. Add notes tab. So at the bottom on the right div, We have navigation, right? This is for history. Yeah, so navigation has nav items, which is we wanna just do stuff. Let's say tab. One word is better than two. Tab timeline. And another tab will be called notes. Right. Couldn't find card by ID. That's interesting. Oh yeah, of course. Okay, we have notes and we need to put them on one line, so it's gonna be like flex, I guess. And then not every tab needs this active line, so we wanna implement that. We need a notion of a current tab. Add the current tab to the state. And how the current tab is determined? So when we open a card, it's always, oh, maybe it's not always, it's nodes. And over here, it's nodes. If I click timeline and go back to the previous card, it's timeline. So basically it remembers which tab I was at. So it's like a global state for the CRM screen. Global state. Okay. Maybe it's for the pipeline. I don't know. For now, I will try to keep Typescript nestedness smaller. Just like whenever I have a choice, I will prefer flatter structure, because TypeScript is really bad about like showing what is going on inside, and I don't want to jump around to find out what fields I have. So I will say card tab current, and it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe like, for now let's say string or undefined, but we can do like some ID as well. Tab ID maybe. Yeah, tab ID is fine. So it can be like current tab undefined, right? And what is responsible for that stripe? Is it background? Okay, so this is the entire element here. So basically we can say like state card tab ID equals timeline. Well, yeah, let's do a type for that. Let's do a type for that. So we can say CRM tab ID equals timeline and notes, and type will be CRM tab ID, CRM tab IDs, number, I guess like that. Or how do I do it? Oh, sorry for that, guys. Yeah. So this is like a enum, basically. Not enum technically speaking, but I don't care. Like union. So this is like tab, CRM tab ID. Let's call it CRM card tab ID. Or undefined. Oh, it's not there. It's over here. Do I need to define it beforehand, or I can put it over here? Yeah, I can put it over here, so let's put it here. Okay. So it can be either timeline or notes or undefined. Right. If it's timeline, no, if it's not timeline, then it's hidden. Otherwise, we don't add anything. Right. And then for the nodes, it's the same stuff. But by default, I guess by default I can say that it's never undefined, and for default value I can pick like timeline, I guess. Right. And over here we want to say nodes, of course. Yep. Okay. So we have that. We probably need a different font color or font weight for that as well. So we want to say add more font weight to the current tab. Right. Let's see which one we want. Well, maybe like that. Maybe like that. I'm not sure. Like that. Medium means 500 and normal is 400. Yeah. So it's like subtle a little bit. And then let's maybe reduce the padding over there, because let's make it not as high here. So let's maybe do like padding Y could be like, instead of 2.5 could be 2, right? Yeah. Okay. And then let's do navigation here. So when we click, we want to re-render this part of screen. Why is it jumping? I don't know. Is it supposed to be like that? Who knows? I don't want to jumping in my CRM system. So when I click nodes, re-render the right side. For now, just with an empty screen, with dummy screen basically. So this is, oh yeah, so we want to replace this guy with something else, but it will be too complicated if we are just we are like clicking the nodes, and we need to keep track which div is on the right side right now, and then like replace this exact div, which is not really good. What I would say is just we can have like a container for this div, right? Container, and we always have a reference to it, and it's always the same, and that's basically the idea. Right. So we have it. It's just empty, like just plain div, doing nothing here, just give me a reference. And then we can just do like, whenever we click on this guy, right, we can say take this div container and replace children with a new div, which is gonna be, we can create it by the way. We can say that it will be div nodes, and then let's open it on the left side. So it will be similar on the top level, I guess, and then inside it will be completely different. So yeah, on the top level it will be the same background, the same height and margins and padding and stuff. And then inside of that we will have a title as well. This is interesting. These pipelines nodes or nodes. I don't know what is this. I don't care. I don't use it. So we will just have a title similar without this drop down, because we don't need it. Right. So the title will be like that, and it will say notes, and then we will have like, I guess this content, no, that will be specific already. Yeah, that will be specific for us. Nothing happened. So we have our, so we changed the div, right? But okay, so inside of the div there is nothing because I don't add anything. So let's do that. So we have our nodes, and then we wanna actually update the current tab styles, right? So we wanna go ahead and say basically redefine these guys, right? So for now it will be very stupid. It will be just saying timeline and here just removing the, okay, so this is where we define the div nodes, and we also wanna say like class list, remove font semi-bold, and div tab nodes class list add font semi-bold. For now it's like very stupid, I would say. Maybe we can simplify that a bit. Yeah, let's do it not as stupid as that. Let's do actually a better approach, which would be, let's take these classes and say class tab, right? Then we will have them over here, right? And then we will say class tab current, which will be font semi-bold, and sorry, font medium, right? And then basically we will say like div tab timeline class list, remove class list equals class tab, oh sorry, class name equals class tab. So we'll just redefine them completely, getting rid of maybe not getting rid of class tab current. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to yeah, let's first of all apply to state. So we will say state card tab ID current equals nodes, and then depending on that state we can say basically the same thing, right? We can have like a function right, which will actually calculate that stuff for us. Right. And then we will say like calculate tab class, and it will be CRM tab ID, it will be timeline, and here we'll have like notes, right? And then we change the current tab ID and basically call the same code again over here. Right. So basically recalculating classes, assigning them to tabs, and like that. Maybe we can even go ahead and, well, yeah, maybe we can do that. I'm not sure. No, forget about it. So, and then we will need to actually redefine the inner stripe here. Inner stripe. And we need a reference for that, I guess. Alright. We need a reference for that. Maybe here it would be a good idea to just, well, yeah, let's keep the reference. It's fine. So we will have tab timeline, div tab timeline, and for that we will have div stripe active. Right. And then we will have the same stuff for tab nodes. Right. And we can say here like that, and do the same for do the same code for this node, for this tab, sorry. And basically that's how we know. We just need to assert this, like elements navigation, tab nodes, div stripe active. Right. And then we can say basically the same thing. We can say you will have a function over here which will calculate class right, and we'll call it calculate tab class. No, calculate class tab stripe active. Tab stripe, I would say, right, and just calling it over here timeline and calling it over here notes, right. And I wanna rename this guy as well, so we can have this consistent naming here, class tab, like that. So we have calculate class tab stripe, and basically very similar code for similar stuff. And then we can say elements navigation div tab timeline div tab stripe class name equals calculate class tab stripe timeline, and for the nodes like that, right. It's not working for some reason. Oh, that's not good. I guess what the hell is that? So we have kind of two stripes. Oh, yeah, that's not good. So in the nodes we wanna use this tab. Yeah. So now we can navigate and it's good, and then implement navigation back to the timeline, right? Yeah, we want to do the same for the timeline as well. So we want to say Why is it after? Why do we have two blocks here? What the hell? We have div tab nodes adding div stripe, and we have div tab nodes adding div stripe. That's no good. So we have two exactly the same. No, we don't need this guy. Basically, yeah, like that. And we can actually put this guy over here. So we first of all have full definition, and then we go to the contents. Yeah, that's good. So for the timeline, it's gonna be similar stuff. We can say that we wanna add click and then this will be the same, and then apply to state will be timeline. Re-rendering tabs will be the same. Basically, we can extract this in the function, so we can say like function, and it will be called re-render tabs, right? And we can keep it somewhere here at the top, maybe like here. Well, maybe assertions will go inside of this re-rendering, right? Like that. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep them inside for now. It's fine. And we can just call this function as well over here. Okay. Then after that we are rendering our tab, whatever we want to render, and replace. So in our case we want to render we can timeline. So yeah, we have this div tab timeline. So we are rendering the tab over here, right? The history. And then we are saying that we are changing that with the history. So we probably want to have it as a function, right? So we can say here like render tab history. It's a function with that code. and then we can just return it like that. And then call it basically like that. Cannot find name. Oh. So it's in div right. And this guy, oh, it's inside of, okay, I see. So we wanna go slightly higher and put it over here. Right? Okay. And now we just render it, append it, and we can do the same for, we can actually take this tab. Let's call it render tab content, because that's what it is. Tab content history. And then this will be called render tab content nodes, and it will be also here. Right. Okay. So we have our two functions that render the content of the tab, and then we just at the very beginning we call one of them with the history in this case and append it. We will need to change it in the future because current tab can be actually different, but for now, for the next like 5 minutes, it's fine. And we append it to the right container and all good, right? All good. And then inside of navigation, we implemented click listeners for clicking on the tab. So whenever we actually click on the nodes, we change the state, we re-render the tabs on the top, and then we render the tab content and replace it in the right container. Maybe we can call it tab content container. Right. Okay. So this is for the nodes, and for the timeline it's gonna be the same basically. We change the current tab ID, we re-render the tabs, we say that timeline tab content, oh, history, that's fine, history, and then we just do the same stuff. Right. So now we can navigate between our two screens, and it's working pretty well, and it's not jumping like in here. I don't understand why it should jump. Do people like get pleasure from that? Like did they decide intentionally that it needs to jump like that, or they just cannot, they just are not capable of implementing it without the jumps? I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? Why the web is so shitty? Who knows? So now when we can navigate back to the timeline, I actually wanna render the, because now if I render the current tab content on initial load, initial render, right? Because now I always render timeline. Even if I click nodes, we can even check that. So we can say like state card tab current ID. So now it's timeline. If I click nodes, if I go back and open it, it's nodes now. And the tab is rendered correctly, but the tab content is not. So we need to fix that for sure. So here we can say tab content and it will be like maybe inside, and I can say that it's HTML element, and then I can say like switch state card tab ID current. It will be either timeline, then it's like that, and break, or it will be, let's first of all do a default and say so that way I can know that okay, this guy is working, and then I can say notes, and if I do break, then it's good. Tab content nodes, right? Yeah. So that's what we do. We determine this guy and we assign it. I don't know why it's not. Did I mess up with some? Oh, I don't need this guy, I guess. What is going on? Is used before being assigned. No. It is being assigned. You freaking see it. It's like either this assigned or that. I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid. Okay. So we determine this guy, and then we append it in the container, and that way we can actually know what to render. So if I go back, open again, we have nodes. If I click timeline, go back, open again, we have timeline, nodes, all good. Right. So this is just the beginning, basically, right? This is just the beginning. Maybe let's fix this guy for now, before going into like full nodes mode. Let's fix this guy because I don't like it. Fix the layout. So why you are not full height? Right? Where is it coming from? Okay, so we have this div, and for some reason it is full height, but the margin on this div is not. Maybe it depends. So the div has margin and background color, and this div is full height, but for some reason its background is not. Maybe is not. Maybe it depends on the neighbors. I don't know, maybe they are not full height and that's why. Or maybe parent. No, parent does not help. So this guy probably has to be full height. No, it's not full height. Why is it not full height? So we specify that it's flex and the width, paddings, border and the height. And it has very specific contents. And if I go ahead and maybe add more children to it, is it gonna increase the height or not? Well, oh yeah, it is increasing the height. Now it's doing its job. But we are still having not enough. Like, okay, so something is wrong here. You see? So the parent does not increase its height, which is not good. Maybe I need this parent to have full height. No, it's not working. Why is it not working? Yeah, sometimes CSS is getting very complicated. Div height 100% is not. Let's try HTML and body 100%. It's full. Well, I tried that. It's not working anyway. Maybe it is because I have this thing, which is like height full. Maybe I don't need to have it like that. Basically, I have 65 pixels. Right? I have 65 pixels. Maybe, yeah. So this guy is not working, but let's keep it for now, because just in case it is still needed. It doesn't have any effect, but it's not enough, but is necessary. So maybe that's the case. And let's try removing full height from the timeline. So we have our timeline here, right? Let's remove the full height here. Okay, so we don't have full height, but who is taking a place? Oh, this guy. Okay, I see. So why this guy is taking more space than his left side, bro? On the left side I have flex, on the right side I have nothing. Maybe flex is preventing me from that. Like, I don't know. If I add flex, no, it's still not working. Anyway, so let's maybe try that as well. So let's maybe do like without that stuff, right? Like that. Well, we want to have at least mean height. Mean height. What is that? So mean height is like the remaining height. How do I say it? Without saying height full. Because if I do height full, it's again this shit. It's not actually full, it's like I mean, it is 100%, but I guess it should be 100% from the parent, right? Should I add like relative here? No, it's not helping. So I see that removing 100% height from the tab content helps, but how do I expand the tab? How do I keep tab content full height then when it's empty? So that's the problem that I have now, right? If I remove this guy, now I see this, which is not really nice at all. If I open, oh, that's another problem that we have. It's probably the timeline is not taken from the correct card, but that's something we can fix later. So, how do I expand it? Mean height, mean content. What is that? Mean height full. Oh, sorry, mean height. Screen. Let's just start with something like that. No. So I don't quite understand. If I say height full, the div is occupying more space than it should be. So it's occupying more than its parent, basically. Right? If I say height full, it means that you see the parent is like that. Oh, maybe I need to do that as well. Yeah, but you see, it's like parent is not actually taking space. Child is higher, has bigger height than the parent. How is that possible? Maybe I need to add here like hide full. No. Yeah, but it's still not as I want it to be. Oh, that's what was the problem. So it seems like you have to continue the flags chain in your hierarchy, and if you skip some of that, the layout is going crazy now. That's interesting. I need to document that. Flex layout. If I have a hierarchy of flex DOM elements, if some of the elements parents don't have the flex layout, then the child, this child element, if it has height 100%, will have height bigger than its parent. So it seems that the layout is going crazy, and the child calculates its dimensions without taking into account the parent, and can have bigger dimensions than the parent, its parent, which is not really what I wanted. I don't know. So it's already too long, but that's fine. The general idea is that. So we want to keep the flex layout everywhere. That's our problem, basically. Right? And so we want to say that this guy has to have flex, and then his parent has to have flex, and his parent has to have flex, and that way we can be good. And then another stuff is we need to have here flex as well. That way maybe here the height should be, oh, now I'm lost again. I don't understand what is going on. Oh, that's what is going on. No. So basically it's all limited to the very top level Yeah, it has hide screen. But it was working for me. I was doing fine. No, it's not. No, it's not working. Okay. So we have this height full. We have this height full and flex. We probably need to have here flex as well. Okay, now it's good. Now it's good. Yeah, very nice. Though we don't want to have here. So first of all, let's maybe remove some redundant stuff that we added while trying to debug it. So let's try to remove this. And we still have good situation. Okay. And then okay, so and this is where the journal actually like helped a lot to just clarify what is going on here and keep progress. So this is where the issue begin, and this is what I tried, and this is what was the end goal. Now remove the bottom gray color because I don't want to have it actually. I don't want to have it actually. So it's about padding, or no, it's about margin. Yeah. So let's maybe do margin bottom 0. Like that. And let's do rounded. We need to round it. On one side we don't wanna do it like that. Top left, top right, bottom right, bottom left. That's cool. Left to right, S. Right to left, S. Oh, that's nice. So do we have like bottom, none, right? We can say rounded, rounded top, and whoa, what the hell happened again? Wait. Did I change something that broke it again? Wait a moment. Oh, yeah, I have too much stuff changed. So I added the margin. Fuck. Okay, let's see. I have the far height, the flex. What is that? What the hell is that? I think it's like a bug in Chrome. If I just close everything and open it again, it's working fine. So it's working fine. That's interesting. Oh, so it's only happening when I open the DevTools, basically. Okay, so it's Chrome issue, it's not my CSS issue. That's okay. I can deal with that. Interesting. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, we want to remove the margin. So margin bottom 0 and round the top only. Right, and that's all cool. And the same will go for here. It will be margin bottom 0 around the top only. And now we have a good situation here. Okay. So at least we implemented card nodes / timeline navigation. That's what we did in this video. Let's clean up everything and commit. So let's review. We added card tab ID, right? Which is timeline or nodes. By default, it's timeline. And then we added some flags that was needed. We added functions for rendering the history. One function for history tab content and one for nodes. And we have a function to re-render the tabs depending on the current state, current tab ID, current tab ID current, and we save references to be able to do that, and we just created these tabs and navigation between them. That's all good, all good. right? It's still not ideal. Oh my god, it's still not good. Yeah, I'm going crazy with this CSS. I'm going crazy. Well, I don't want to get stuck on that forever. So we will move on and say that that's good enough for now. And the next time we shoot a video, we will just implement the notes tab, right? So we'll just do this. Thank you everyone for being with me today, and I will see you on the next video.